Living at ease with anything you do, that should be your primary focal point, because that's the only thing that's going to matter at the end of whatever this is, life. And it's time to transition, we call it. Is it going to matter how many cars you had? How many wives you had? Is any of that going to matter? How much money you made? The profoundness of your experience, I think, will be most important. Hello there. Welcome. Thank you for joining here. Of course, yes, we'll start with a moment of silence, shifting your attention over to your breathing. So you follow the breathing with your attention. And the more you do this, the less likely you will snap back into reactivity, the less likely for you to fall back into that mental virus or mental trap, whatever we like to call it. So even whatever I do, whether it's walking, talking, I always step back into attention on the breathing. Then it becomes very natural. It allows you to do things with ease. No matter what situation you're in, something happens, you're physically disabled, whatever it may be, your breathing is always there. I had an interesting encounter with someone. They wanted to know, why am I always peaceful? And at this time I was working. Yes, you can be working, it could be fast paced, it could be however kind of work you do, and you can still be at ease. It's not dependent upon anything besides your state of consciousness and the fact that you have recognized this. So, living at ease with anything you do, that should be your primary focal point, because that's the only thing that's going to matter at the end of whatever this is, life. And it's time to transition, we call it. Is it going to matter how many cars you had? How many wives you had? Is any of that going to matter? How much money you made? The profoundness of your experience, I think, will be most important. So it doesn't have to be long, where you're sitting somewhere on a mountain for 2 weeks or at an ashram somewhere 6 years. No. Practice it 2 minutes, 1 minute a day. Just shift your attention over to your breathing. Don't have to even look at one thing. I'm trying to look at the camera here with you guys, but even then, knowing that I'm speaking to you, it's okay if I turn away and look around for a little bit while following the breathing with my attention. You can do it with children. I do it as well with my son. We'll play games like, let's see who can look at each other the longest without smiling. And of course, he's 7, 8 years old, so he's always very joyful. So the minute we go, okay, starting now, he's already laughing. And I can't help to laugh. I laugh with him too. But at some point in that, he gets better and better and better. And at some point, I'll introduce, okay, now while we're doing it, pay attention to your breathing. And then he notices, oh, we're both just looking at each other. None of us are smiling because I know to shift my attention to the breathing. 8-year-old may not know, but conscious living, we're bringing that into his experience. So and I don't know if I finished talking about the encounter with the person at the store. Um, they were very interested, of course, but they had things to do. So we couldn't sit down for too long. I basically said, I don't take my mind too seriously. And of course, she said, oh, I need to practice that to be at ease. Yes, you know that you have this mind and it generates thought, but who says to take it absolutely seriously? Even in a emergency situation, you still, what are you taking the mind seriously? You need to help. You need to do something. So instead of, step out of that and see what you can do. It's a wonderful practice. It's an art. Thank you for your time today. Thank you.